for some more high school national invite action. Now in the quarter round here in Rockford, Illinois. I'm Joel Keller here with my partner Jimmy Shadoan. We have an amazing game coming up between Wissahickon and South Eugene. South Eugene yet to lose and have been absolutely dominating teams so far in this tournament.
7 and 8 seeds coming into this contest. The initial seeding, we thought these teams were going to be super even, so this should be a really exciting pre-quarter matchup. But you're right, South Eugene coming out 3-0 in Pool B, getting the win over number 2 seeded Jordan. A huge upset in that pool.
And Wissahickon, they just played earlier today in their pre-quarter matchup versus Nathan Hale. They jumped out to an early lead and were able to rest some of their star players, something that's very important for Wissahickon because in their game yesterday to end the day, they had a lot of injuries, a lot of cramps. But the winner of this game getting to face the winner of Green Canyon versus West Jessamine. So Wissahickon will pull, and that'll be Sam Grossberg out there with the disc. The South Eugene team, very tall and athletic. Wissahickon expecting a very aggressive game from them. Their coach planning on running some man, using their own athleticism to mess with South Eugene to beat them. So the first pull, and we're on our way. The quarterfinal matchup has begun. South Eugene making quick work. So far, Sam Anderson now shoots one up to Rio Long. A nice around throw there. Charlie Nikars up to Eli Casper in a deep throw. Salviarius makes the grab in the back of the end zone with the spike. A big first point for South Eugene.
Akira Koenigsberg getting open in the deep space. One of their U20 tryoutees making his presence known early.
South Eugene working very quickly down the field. We saw a lot of wind yesterday. Today it's been more calmer, but we do have a light rain out there right now. It should be pretty spotty here throughout the game.
Turf can get a little bit slick. The disc can get a little bit slick. But the rain actually might be a little bit refreshing to these players that are working as hard as they can out there.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's much more preferred than the strong winds that we had yesterday. Made it hard for offenses to really get going. We already see a switch in discs after that spike by South Eugene. So it's Salvador Arias getting us started. The big score. And now Wissahickon on the line, looking to get a hold of their own.
A relatively calm opening offensive point for South Eugene. Pulling now.
Flies out of bounds. Sam Grossberg will be picking up the disc and starting it off for Wissahickon. He's their star player. He was selected for the U20 mixed national team this year. They've got great field position to start right up near midfield. And a deep shot right off the bat to William Fath, who makes the grab. And a spike of his own. All it takes is one throw for Wissahickon, and we're tied.
You can definitely see a difference in the conditions from yesterday to today. Teams are very comfortable finding their range in these throws, putting it exactly where it needs to be to where just the offensive player can get to it. Grossberg does not have too many options in the underspace first. That is where he was looking for most of that time. then he goes out and trusts his receiver.
We saw a lot of throws like that from Grossberg yesterday, but just getting pushed a little too much or pushed up on, depending on the downwind or upwind. And now, with the much calmer conditions, he's able to drop those accurate throws, like the one there with William Fath, who was able to go up and grab it for the score.
Two offensive points, 2 clean holds, 2 deep shots. Let's see if teams start backing their defenders a little bit more, forcing them to work the disc a little bit more in that under space, in that handler space.
South Eugene getting started here. Great pull by Grossberg. Thought about a deep throw there, but they holstered that one. It's Jacob Matthew with the disc. A foul called back at the throw. Rio Long and Ryan Dowdy, the conversation.
Observers calling it a stall, contested.
Sam Anderson looking to get rid of it, and a good cut into space for Kira Koenigsberg. High catch there for Rio Long. South Eugene in business. Charlie Nikars pushing the disc into the end zone. It'll be a jump ball and just out of reach.
There were 3 South Eugene players in that area ready to make a play on it.
None able to come down, and Wissahickon with the first break opportunity of the day. We saw them work very quickly in that first point, only throwing 1 throw before the score. Grossberg will center it to Dowdy. Dowdy finding the other Grossberg brother, Jonah Grossberg. Sends it to Sam and back up the field to Dowdy.
Really nice organic downfield team switching by South Eugene, taking away a deep shot that was otherwise unmarked.
Grossberg comes in and attacks and gets a disc, and that Grossberg to Grossberg connection between the brothers. Sam taking a shot, Dowdy chasing it down and gets it. A kick spike there for celebration. Wissahickon with the break to take the lead.
What a throw by Grossberg. Finding that open space, finding that soft space in the field, going toward that opposite field back corner of the end zone, blading it over the stack, over the other defenders. A lot of coaches will say they want to try to get opposite third hucks. Hucking from the strong side of the field that you're on to that same side can be a difficult way to manage the angle. But Grossberg finding his spot, placing it exactly where it needs to be. His defender shifted more toward that far side of the field, toward that side that's closer to Grossberg. Taking it over that defender's head allows the receiver to have a much easier chance to be able to get a play on it.
And Grossberg tried that throw a lot yesterday. The wind really making it harder for him than he typically has. Usually he's able to throw that like the one just there. Very accurate and right in the correct spot. South Eugene giving up the break. Now needing the answer. Sam Grossberg. Quick start for Wissahickon. Good pull there by Grossberg. South Eugene working out of the vertical stack. Taking a shot. They love to play long. CJ Kaepernick calling a foul. We'll see at the conversation. Kaepernick versus South Eugene. Went up for it. A little bit of contact on his back.
I think that was like over both of our heads. Like, I don't think either of us came out.
I just think I could have jumped for it. And a lot of contact on the ankles and then on my shoulder.
Okay. I just think it was both of us over our heads. So, like, didn't really affect the...
So that's a reason you can contest. You can disagree with that. You guys can agree to play it as a contest or come to me.
We'll just go to you.
Okay, all right. So observer ruling is it was a foul. There was still a play kind of after the first one that could have been made. So it's going to be your disc here. Hold on for a second.
So a foul is called.
Live, then walk it to the front line, disc in. Everyone can move after the first disc is live, okay? All right, when you're ready.
Kaepernick will tap it in after the foul call by the observer. And trying to center it. Sam Grossman blocking it to the ground. He's commanding this offense, letting them get set up quickly. And he's going to take a shot. Dowdy chasing it. In position, falling down. Calling it a foul.
Just like then, we're going to tap the disc live in the end zone. Then everyone can move. Then we walk it back to the goal line. Okay? It's a foul uncontested.
Uncontested foul
Right,
on the
pick
field. Disc will stay with Dowdy on the goal line. Golden opportunity for another short field break opportunity for Wissahickon.
Dowdy waiting to walk it back until the rest of the team joins him in the end zone. Tim Grossberg trying to give him an outlet and hit a couple of cuts there. Gets him open in the end zone for the easy dump off. Grossberg, after a couple of assists, gets the goal. Wissahickon with another break.
And it is just so difficult to have to guard somebody in that handler space for that many stalls in a row. If they have all that space to be able to cut behind, out to space, away from the thrower, and up the line, and that is not being flooded by any other offensive players, it gives so many options for that reset to get off. And there's a look at that throw from Grossberg.
Grossberg doing it all. The foul call by Dowdy, uncontested, sets them up in prime position, and Grossberg just shifty.
If Dowdy catches that in the end zone, then that's Grossberg's assist. Instead, the foul call, Grossberg goes in and gets the goal.
South Eugene in danger. Didn't face this a ton yesterday. One close game to start out the tournament. But then they blew out the remaining teams, including the top-ranked team in their pool, Jordan. How will South Eugene answer here? Great pulls by Sam Grossberg, really making it hard on South Eugene to get going. And Wissahickon hustling down the field to set up their defense. Sam Anderson to Swinehart. A deep throw. Anderson underneath. In the hand and out. Grossberg got a hand on it, and Anderson calls it foul. Grossberg seemingly saying he did get a hand on that first.
I didn't feel anything when I swept. I thought I had a clean swipe at it.
Taking a look at this replay.
Okay. Call retracted. All right.
You heard there, no call. Grossberg swiped at the disc, missed the disc in. Anderson. So now Wissahickon with another break chance and a deep throw. A run for McClintock. Able to get underneath. What a dime. Sam Grossberg. And Grossberg to McClintock. This time, Jonah Grossberg with the assist.
both of these teams are shooting their shots early in this game. I think there's been a huck on every point so far.
It's one of the benefits in playing a game with very little wind, especially for Wissahickon. They seem more comfortable than they did yesterday, being able to shoot it and have the confidence to put that on a dime.
And you mentioned earlier how South Eugene has not been tested quite yet in this tournament. They went 3-0 in pool play, which should give them a lot of confidence. They had the pre-quarter bye as well. But on this Wissahickon side, they had a very difficult pool. At times were struggling pretty mightily in their pool. Playing against some of the top competition at this tournament. They were able to get themselves warmed up a little bit in their pre-quarter final in the first round. They're feeling fresh out there. They're feeling ready to go.
Yeah, and Wissahickon yesterday had a bunch of players flying in the morning of. So we got a little crowd here for this quarterfinal matchup. Expecting that to grow throughout the day. But Wissahickon facing some cramps and injuries in their final game of pool play, now coming out, showing that they are ready to compete at the level they know they're capable of. South Eugene in danger, needing a hold. And blocked. John Joyce with the defensive play. Back in the hands of Sam Grossberg, right where Wissahickon wants it. William Pfaff to Joyce. A diving play by Dowdy. Knocked to the ground. Dowdy gets it back to Grossberg. See South Eugene forcing backhand.
Got to do something to switch it up. Grossberg's been able to dial in those forehand hucks, switch the mark up a little bit, get him out of his rhythm.
And Grossberg taking another shot. It's Dowdy again. He got it.
Forehand, backhand, doesn't matter. Grossberg's having himself a game.
And that throw just impressive, putting it in a window.
And Grossberg really threw that one open. Similar to the huck he had on the other side of the field, slicing across, foreside to break side, strong side of the field to the weak side, 1/3 to the other. He does the same with his backhand. A very technical throw. Some people struggle to get that blade on their backhand and be able to keep it and have that hold that shape.
Ryan Dowdy, known as more of a defender out here, making amazing offensive plays. Wissahickon just dominating so far.
And now we're looking at Sam Grossberg and the consistency that he's had in all of these hucks so far. Been really impressive.
This energy from Wissahickon as well. They were frustrated yesterday, and they have come out with an exclamation point.
And they've needed to come out really hot to assert themselves as a team that compete and get to the semifinals. They have been playing the top end of their roster pretty much every point, though. And again, you said yesterday they were dealing with some cramps. They were dealing with the hardship of the long days of a tournament, the long games of a tournament. Let's see how they're able to sustain this all the way through a game.
Timeout on the field coming to an end. South Eugene needing to turn it around quick. Wissahickon has made quick work so far. They have dominated other than that first point where South Eugene marched down the field on that hold to start the game.
South Eugene, a team that likes to rely on their depth, knowing that they have a full roster of players that are able to get the job done. But so far, we need to be hearing a little bit more from CJ Kaparik, Sam Anderson, those guys are going to be who gets this team back in the game.
South Eugene needing an answer. In a game like this, where it's a lot of deep shots, you think South Eugene would be winning. This is what they like to do. They like to go deep. They like to use their athleticism. But Wissahickon just outworking South Eugene so far. Strong defense from Wissahickon, making it hard for South Eugene to move up. And there they're working real long with it. A shot. Sam Anderson with the play. On top of.
Pick called on the field. Unfortunately, will bring this disc back for South Eugene.
So a great play by Anderson, going up and grabbing the disc over William Fath.
And that can kind of be a vibe killer sometimes. Big sky, big celebration, spiking the disc across the field, and then, oh, it's coming back.
All right, where do you think you should be? All right, no stall, no stall!
Back in the hands of Rio Long. South Eugene getting set back up in their offense. And a D by Dowdy. There's that defense we mentioned earlier. Ryan Dowdy, one of the best defenders on this Wissahickon team. And he's starting to run deep. This time covered well by South Eugene. No. Around by Grossberg, just out of reach for William Fath. South Eugene with another chance for the hold. And a nice cut. A good throw from Koenigsberg to Anderson. South Eugene back on the board, stopping the bleeding.
And those are exactly the players that are going to be needed for the South Eugene side to get that consistency back. And I will say, I liked a lot of what South Eugene was doing during that offensive point. It looked like they were cutting together as a team, looking at each other, finding the spaces with one another. As we see that swing just goes awry. Those turnovers in the backfield are super tough to be able to transition back into defense and then be able to stop on the goal line. A nice little soft inside touch from Koenigsberg, finding that space.
That South Eugene offense looking very similar to what they came out with on that first point. It took them a while to get back there, but they find it. It's 2-5. Wissahickon up 3. South Eugene, the big score there to keep it a tight game.
The spin pull proving to be effective. Getting a little extra torque on that.
This Wissahickon having to start deep in their end zone. Do get it out. William Fath wide open over there. No one on him. It was an easy reset for Wissahickon. Grossberg back with the disc in his hands. A hammer cross field to McClintock. He's going to shoot it. And a beautiful throw. Leading. Fath away from the defender. A score for Wissahickon. The hold makes it 6-2.
And that was a really interesting point by Wissahickon. They were running in this vertical stack on that far sideline of the field, and it was creeping closer and closer and closer toward that sideline that Grossberger's on. But then he used all of that break side space to just be able to air out this hammer and then use that break side of the field to throw a soft, easy hook to the break side cone.
And that throw from Grossberg to set it up, a beautiful hammer to open up the other side of the field. Eli Casper for South Eugene looked like he might have had a shot if that disc would have turned the other way. But the beautiful throw by McClintock. Wissahickon giving up that point by South Eugene, but getting it right back. South Eugene now needing another hold.
Taking a look at one of Wissahickon's coaches, Adam Grossberg, making his name within the Frisbee community. Plays on Atlanta Chain Lightning.
He's coaching his brothers today. They are seeking a championship. Anderson. To back in the middle. This Eugene offense looking a lot smoother now. A great defensive play by McClintock, but a foul called by Raleigh Swinehart.
I kind of got thrown off.
It say something.
I thought I just came around you, and then my hand came out after, and I got it.
I definitely felt contact before you hit me. I mean, before you hit the desk.
Okay.
So, observer ruling is there was no foul. That contact part was clean. So it'll be Dark's disc with a 3-2-1. Disc is in.
So no foul there called by the observer. McClintock able to sneak that hand in between the outstretched arms. Get the block before the contact was made. Sam Grossberg now. The break opportunity for Wissahickon in plus side territory. Dowdy takes a shot. McClintock. Will he have enough room? He does. He sticks the leg out. Drags the toe. What a play. What a catch by McClintock. With the defensive play to give Wissahickon the opportunity for the break, and comes away with the point.
McClintock showing off his athletic powers. Has an amazing layout D to start the point, to get the disc back in Wissahickon's hands. And some contact on the play.
Very impressive to get out and get the block in front.
So some contact on the play, but the observer ruling it as enough shoulder to shoulder, like side to side contact that's going to happen when you're jockeying for that space, and not necessarily to be able to make it to the detriment of the offensive player to catch the disc. There definitely was contact. It's definitely a gray area within the game. Always a little bit hard to come to a definite conclusion of that, but when you go to the observer, sometimes they see it one way, and that's just what has to be the case.
And the observer there on that foul call doing a good job to get both players to speak up. You take another look at it. Just the outstretched arm of McClintock. What an effort. Swinehart not able to get his body in between the disc and McClintock enough. Another timeout on the field. South Eugene in panic mode. Down 7-2.
A difficult spot to be in as a team. But they just got to remember what they've been being coached all year, preparing for this very moment. Maybe perhaps they thought that they were going to have this moment later in the tournament. backs against the wall. But something needs to happen. Something needs to get that little spark lit under them to be able to come back in this game. I think it starts, again, with that connected cutting between their downfield cutters. Being able to see each other, see who's making a cut into which space, knowing how to clear out of that space, allowing them to work together as a team to create opportunities for each other, create continuations.
We've seen that happen. South Eugene has their 2 points they scored was on very productive, very efficient offensive advancements. And they get another chance here. They got to get a hold. Last thing they want to do is go into halftime down 6. They know how important this is. Perrick to Anderson. Anderson delivers a throw. What a layout. Thank Koenigsberg with that game. We got a foul on Anderson, but Koenigsberg with that huge saving play to keep this whole opportunity alive. Want to avoid giving it back to Wissahickon. South Eugene working it up the field. And a throw, an opportunity, and that'll be caught. Anderson with another score.
Shifty start, stop, go cut by Anderson. Cutting to that break side. The mark helping out a little bit in that space. But then as Anderson stops, as we take a look at this grab by Koenigsberg, wow, keeping possession alive. But Anderson stopped in that space. Everyone on the offense thought he was going to slash back into the stack, but then he continues back toward that sideline.
A good cut for Anderson. Gives South Eugene another score. They have a lot of work to do to get back into this game. They do have plenty of time to make it happen, and they're fully capable, as we saw yesterday. They just got to get reminded that they can play as well as they did yesterday. And Wissahickon having an outstanding start to the game. They've had great starts so far today, up 8-2 in that first round. They're able to rest some of their stars and keep their team pretty energetic, keep that energy up. They're not as exhausted as they were yesterday when we watched them play their final game. And it's been the Grossbergs leading the way.
South Eugene manufacturing some energy from the sideline, taking off the shirts and running down the pole with the team.
That energy that they're going to need if they want to make this comeback and stay alive in their battle for a championship. Dowdy. Getting help from Ethan Smith. McClintock taking a shot. Sam Grossberg chasing after it. Extending his arms, making the play over Anderson. He can do it all. Now throw leading. Ethan Smith just out of play. The turn in the end zone. An opportunity for a break. Falling just short. South Eugene with another chance. Good upline throw. South Eugene getting some momentum. We haven't seen them spread the field as much as they prefer. They love using their athleticism and their height. And there's a deep throw. It's going to be a 50-50, 2v2. A foul called on William Fath, I believe. It was Kaparic going after it.
Tap the ground. Yep. Disc is live. Disc is live.
Accepted foul. Fath agrees. Contact going over the shoulder.
And a quick play after the foul. South Eugene back on the board.
First break of the game for South Eugene. And that's exactly what they needed to be able to start a little bit of a run. They get the hold to make that big play from Koenigsberg. Sparks them a little bit of energy. They're able to have a really clean end zone offense after that. They prove that they can execute. They go out. They get the sideline a little bit rowdy, waving the shirts in the air.
That's what it takes sometimes. You should just getting that energy from your sideline.
Gives them the confidence to make that big play, to have that big hang and huck. I know that Kaparik did not come down with the disc, but he's going to come down with a lot of those if he's not having that contact over the shoulder.
And the energy thing, sometimes we see that when you get a bye. You come in, Wissahickon already having a game under their belt, especially one where they dominated. So they have that momentum pushing. South Eugene with the ground off. And they get away with almost allowing the hold for Wissahickon.
And let's take a look at this foul.
And then a foul call.
Pushing on the back by Fath. Absolutely. You can't extend your arm like that. You can try to get a little bit of a feel, just know where it is. Definitely puts an elbow on the back, pushing him forward.
I think he caught a little arm as well on the way up, trying to swat at the disc. So a lot of contact there. Wissahickon looking for a hold to send this into half. South Eugene on a little run, getting a little momentum. They're coming back. It's got to happen 1 point at a time. Tanner Norpel, the disc. Finding Sam Grossberg, who shoots it across the field to McClintock. And William Fath running long, running deep. Getting up and coming down with it. Through the contact. A big play to send it to half.
What a play by Fath. Sprinting as fast as he could to get into that spot and be able to find his landing.
Fath with the big hat. Another goal. His third so far of the morning. We're going to head into halftime now. It's 8-4. Wissahickon jumping out early. South Eugene sticking around a little bit.
To me, ultimate is confidence.
Confidence that my focus, my hard work will pay off. I push. So when I step out on that field
and look at the 7 across from me,
I know
that they aren't ready.
Here, come be in good company in Rockford, Illinois.
at college, I threw every single day. Of course you want to be a champion. Of course you want to be working towards winning titles.
Be happy, but never satisfied.
Better than ever.
On the grand stage to keep possession alive. Huge bid, gets the touch.
Great opportunity for the Germans and they break with ease.
Throw it the full 80 yards to the field? Are you kidding me? And an incredible pair. Are you kidding me? Oh my God! One of the plays of the year.
Back here at the high school national invite. It's a very, very fun first half between Wissahickon and South Eugene. Wissahickon up 8. Having some of the best throws we've seen so far in this tournament. And very clean offense. A lot of break opportunities, and they take advantage. Completing 5 breaks in their 6 chances. And only 2 total turnovers.
Yeah, taking a look at those 2 total turnovers, you do not see that very often in a half from a high school team. Especially a team that is trying to shoot it deep as much as Wissahickon is. Those are usually, the further of a throw you get, the less it brings down the percentage that the throw is going to be completed. But Wissahickon is absolutely trusting that they can make those low percentage shots into something that their receivers can go out and get, complete it. Just 2 turnovers in the game. That proves it.
And Sam Grossberg, he's leading this Wissahickon team down the field and just creating some of the most impressive throws that I've seen today, that I've seen this weekend.
Absolutely. He's been on fire. That's going to be something that they need to be able to gum up his throwing lanes, put a little bit more intensity on these flatter marks. But that's the thing, too, is they're changing up the marks on them. They're looking at different ways to set up their defense. They're pressuring a little bit more on the unders and trying to have help back on the other side of the field in that weak space. And he's still able to find areas that are open.
Yeah, and shooting the disc deep really seems like South Eugene loves to play like that, but it's not working for them. They're just getting out-hustled and out-jumped.
Well, Wissahickon has the defenders to be able to match up with them. And they're proving that they are not going to let those matchups just be with South Eugene's to win. Putting pressure on every single throw, getting a little bit of body contact.
Definitely contact. We've seen a lot of foul calls so far with a bunch of those 50-50 throws. And I'd expect that to continue to happen. Wissahickon came into this game expecting that contact and the physicality from South Eugene. Especially because Wissahickon and South Eugene, they both like to test defenses deep. They'd love to just fling it around the field. And an amazing pull there, just going out. Sam Grossberg will pick it up. And this half will get underway. Wissahickon trying to get a hold to extend their lead to 5. There's Grossberg to Smith to start us off. And a zone out here from South Eugene. Trying to stifle this offense that has seemingly been unstoppable. Dowdy. Norpel. Grossberg now. Throwing the crossfield hammer to McClintock. He loves doing that. and is very, very good at it. South Eugene matching up in man, and Grossberg uses it as an opportunity to make a cut to the end zone and get open. A score for Grossberg.
There is not a spot on the field that Grossberg cannot put the disc right now. He is not being challenged by anything. It helps with these calm conditions.
And he's demanding the disc back in his hands. Do that cross-field hammer to McClintock. And then comes up, makes the cut, beats his defender, and the confusion when South Eugene is switching from a zone to a man after that big throw. Sam Grossberg just wide open.
Cross-field hammer, and then striking up the line, taking that inside route of the defender. The defender bites and just swoops around, leaving the defender in the dust. Taking a look at that stat line. 2 goals, 3 assists, 1 block.
He's really been much better than what that says, as he's just throwing it all over. He's facilitating this offense at the next level, making Wissahickon nearly unstoppable. We mentioned only the 2 turnovers in that first half, and it's very hard for South Eugene to get a comeback going if they can't force more. They're going to need some breaks, and some breaks to follow those breaks. But it all has to start with a hold for South Eugene. They're on the attack right now. Good play by Königsberg, pushing it up to Anderson. Back to Königsberg. Some back and forth there. Anderson then finds Perrick. This man defense from Wissahickon just staying tight on those cutters, making it hard to get something going, but a good throw and an attack and grab by Anderson. Another connection between Königsberg and Anderson.
Wissahickon just matching every move that the downfield defense is doing. But then South Eugene finding the space on the field, working that break side, and if the defenders are matching every move and staying correctly orbited exactly where they need to be to defend the easiest option, then that's exactly what South Eugene needs to be doing. They need to be faking those inside throws, going around, using that break side, because that's where the defenders are not going to be.
Yeah, using those fakes, making some cuts, some hezzies in there, trying to confuse this man defense. But the game plan from Wissahickon working to perfection so far.
Some pressure needs to be put on the downfield. They cannot let too much soft space be wasted. They need to tighten up these buffers a little bit. Not letting Grossberg be able to blade it in, hammer it in.
And in the game yesterday that we saw with Wissahickon, they were shut down a little bit when Sam Grossberg was denied the Frisbee. They saw a zone that included just one guy following Grossberg around. It'd be interesting to see if Eugene switches their defense to something similar. But the pull there, going out early and not coming back in, going to give Wissahickon a very short field as they look for the hold. Grossberg with some nice cuts to get that Frisbee back in his hands. Sends it over to Ethan Smith. Grossberg, another nice cut. And the throw in the Dowdy. A hold for Wissahickon. Grossberg, what a performance.
I mean, he's putting on a clinic right now. He is proving that he can stretch the field get the disc anywhere he wants, be able to gain a lot of yards off that, but then also working in these small spaces, showing off his agility, showing off the power that he can create to create separation.
And this was all set up from that pull. Going out of bounds early and not making it back in, giving Wissahickon a very short field. And how nice is it to have a guy like Sam Grossberg who can just get open whenever you need him to.
And seemingly create opportunities for any of his teammates to be able to be open whenever he needs them to be.
Ryan Dowdy with the goal there, his third of the day, including 2 assists and a block. He's having a very big day as well.
Yeah, it's not just Grossberg out there. All of their big players are putting in the work.
Yeah, we've seen William Fath come up with a couple of goals, as well as Nolan McClintock. McClintock was one of the guys yesterday who came out of that last game a little hurt. So it's good to see him back and seemingly healthy. Ready to go, playing at his highest level. He's the guy who pulls it for Wissahickon. Look at the hustle from Grossberg to get down. Get set on defense. He's played on, I think, every single point so far.
I do not believe he has had a point.
Hustling. And a deep throw. Anderson chasing it. He got it just short of the goal line. Tossing it. Swinehart with the goal. Quick work for South Eugene for the hold. You're hearing that chant from the South Eugene sideline. Trying to bring that energy back they got at the end of the first half that allowed them to string a few points together. But what a throw, and Anderson just attacking the disc.
As much as Wissahickon's been able to put as much pressure and contest every single one of these hucks and have a tight buffer, South Eugene, that is still part of their game plan. Even though they have to make a little bit more adjustments to set up the better option, to set up the better opportunity to throw it deep, they still can't just completely abandon their game plan because they do know what works best for their team, and they still need to trust that at this point.
They just need to get back to the game that they know how to play that worked so successfully yesterday. It's not quite out of reach yet, but Wissahickon, knowing that a couple more holds, can put this one away. But plenty of time for South Eugene to string together a couple of breaks and make this one competitive. They're going to need to shut down the guy with the disc, Sam Grossberg. We're saying his name a lot, but he has earned it so far. South Eugene bringing out that zone. And a nice bladey throw across the field. Ethan Smith. Back to Grossberg. And Fath coming down with it. Wissahickon pushing. And another score. William Fath coming down with his 4th goal on the throw from Norpel.
And South Eugene trying to slow down the pace of this Wissahickon offense by throwing that zone once again. But it's the same story we've been saying this entire game. Those blades, this backhand blade that goes all the way over the top, and then they're able to use that space with the surrounding defenders around the disc having to chase to this new spot on the field, and they're able to work that fast break.
You see Fath there on the celebration waiting to make sure the observer called that a goal. But once he found out it was indeed, he gave it a good spike. We've been seeing a lot from Wissahickon today. William Fath, 4 goals and an assist. And he's been one of the guys going up there and attacking the disc, even on defense. Going up with no fear against this South Eugene team that's very good at doing exactly that. The hold from Wissahickon. Makes it 11-6. South Eugene needing to string together a few points here. Anderson. Looking for an around. Now to the fill. It's going to be a tough play and a great grab by Königsberg. He's a little shaken up after that, but wow, what a catch.
And he's had to do that a couple times now in this game to save possession. Last time he did that, it became a crucial opportunity to maintain the disc and get the hold.
Laying out in turf is definitely not the most fun thing to do. Sometimes a little harder than the grass. Definitely like feeling the turf burn, especially when you're doing it, when you're laying out over and over.
It looked like he was grabbing his knee on the way up with a little limp going off the field.
Hoping he's going to be all right and able to get back into this game. Definitely a key player for South Eugene. Königsberg invited to the U20 tryouts. Very good player. And Anderson with a deep throw. And the run down by Salviarius. Eugene gets the hold.
Coming onto the point as a substitution for Königsberg and immediately making his presence known out there. Going deep on Sam Grossberg.
It all started with that layout that we're about to see again. Just amazing.
It's a whole team effort by this South Eugene squad. When one person goes down, the next person on the team comes up.
That next man mentality a lot of great teams have. South Eugene looking for a spark to get this comeback going. We're looking at Königsberg.
Means business now,
attention.
taking off the pajama pants.
Checking out the knee as some interesting hurdles going on the Wissahickon sideline. It's not track season anymore. It's ultimate frisbee season right now. Wissahickon back on offense. Dowdy. To Pfaff. Finds McClintock. Grossberg breaks for the end zone. McClintock holds on to him. Finds Horvat. It goes back to Dowdy. Jonah Grossberg now. Finds his brother, Sam. Dowdy breaking for the end zone. He's got a lot of space between him and the defender and makes the grab. And you see the frustration coming out from Leon Erdman. No answer for this Wissahickon offense.
The Wissahickon cutters are doing such a good job about cutting really hard under toward that four-side space. And then as soon as they cut and realize they're not going to get the disc, they clear horizontally across the field, almost making it like a 7 cut. So hard under, going across to the break side 7, and then that sets up their deep cut. Grossberg, every time that cut is being made, is making that contact with the cutter, letting them know, I see you, you're setting up your cut, go ahead and go deep, I'm going to make this connection with you.
And when you're on, like Grossberg is on today, their cutters trust you a ton. 2 goals, 5 assists, and a block. It's one of the best performances we've seen.
And it's really being opened up and facilitated by these cutters. Finding both the soft space on the field and working through the kind of triangle shape of their cuts to open up the field for Grossberg.
If you're South Eugene, how do you make this comeback? Your shot at a championship dwindling, down 5, and needing an answer.
Well, it seems like they're trying a lot of different looks on offense, trying to get some set plays going that they know that they can trust.
Koenigsberg back out there, looking like he was able to shake off, and they're going right to him. Another 2v2 opportunity, and jumping up and over, McClintock with the block.
McClintock has been a defensive star for this Wissahickon team, getting up and over the pack, getting layout Ds, and executing on the other end on offense after they get the turn.
A great performance on all sides of the field for Wissahickon. Now looking for a break. McClinton shoots it. And it will be a catch inbounds. Spencer Dietz. Dietz finds Grossberg on the goal line. And Grossberg, another assist, this time to Christian Lee. Wissahickon gets the break.
And there just seems to be some defensive confusion by South Eugene. A couple times that point, they were looking for switches that never came. There were some blown coverages. And again, Grossberg using that small space agility and just being able to stuff this little push pass right into Lee's chest.
He's just so dangerous around the goal line. It almost seems like you can't stop him. If he has that disc on the goal line, it's been a guaranteed score so far today.
It's also so difficult when you're on the goal line and you're extending your arm out with that push pass. The mark does not want to cheat so far over, because once they shift that far over, the break side is wide open. Really smart throw, smart positioning by Grossberg just to show the disc out there and flash it in for the score.
Wissahickon now 2 points away from advancing to the semis. They know they're capable of competing with some of the best. And this game showing it. South Eugene looked unbeatable yesterday. Now on the verge of being eliminated. There he is. The good throw there. South Eugene trying to get that offense going. A couple of runners going deep. Eugene gonna hold off. And now the shot to the end zone. Arias chasing it down, but doesn't hang up there. Wissahickon with a break opportunity.
And some frustration by Kokler on that last point, or in that last possession. Thought he was open on the deep. Kaparik wanted the 100% option.
William Pfaff finds Sam Grossberg. And a nice sliding grab by Jonah Grossberg. He's going to call an injury. Looks like tweaked his hamstring on that slide. Always better to be safe when you're dealing with a hamstring. If you try a little too hard, a hamstring tends to hang around a little bit. It can be very, very annoying.
What, are we stopping or no?
Especially when you're trying to get
Okay, all right.
deeper into this bracket.
Yep. All right, everyone set. 3, 2, 1 when you're ready.
Dowdy taking a shot. Fath catches the line drive and delivers to Sam Grossberg, who is finally denied. Arias with a great defensive play.
That throw that was caught by Fath, I think, was for Grossberg. Fath catches it, knowing that Grossberg is still there. Throw going up.
Kaparik broke away there. The throw hanging up just enough. Kaparik over Fath. What a catch. Bonus. Delivers. South Eugene gets the hold.
And those are the kinds of plays from Kaparik that we are used to, and that they need to be trying to facilitate as much as they can on the South Eugene team. Make their big players have the opportunities to make their big plays.
And Arias just saw the opening. And Kaparik making that play over Fath.
As good as Fath has been in that aerial space today, you still need to be able to pressure him.
These aerial dogfights have been fun to watch today. A lot of skies, a lot of blocks.
And definitely a surplus of deep piles and dogfights. Absolutely.
South Eugene gets the hold needed. Now, it's time for them to force a turnover, something that's been hard to come by. Only 3 turnovers today for Wissahickon. This is very impressive.
You will see elite teams in the club division have many more turnovers than Wissahickon does in this game.
South Eugene needing to force a turnover here to get the break opportunity to have some life. Sam Grossberg. A beautiful play on the sideline, just out of reach.
And there's number 4 on the day in the turnover counter.
One of the rare mistakes that we've seen from Grossberg. South Eugene has an opening, moving up the field. Casper, they get the break. Charlie Nikars with the goal. It's not done yet.
Showing that they can capitalize on these mistakes from the Wissahickon offense. Working the disc very quickly after that. This blade just a little bit too much touch over the top. A little close to the sideline.
I still like the throw. If that's completed, Wissahickon is working down the field.
And it's been working all day. You got to trust but what has been working.
Especially when you have a cushion like they do. Still up 4 after that break. You can take a couple risks like that. Of course, you don't want to take too many risks and let this game get tight. But South Eugene threatening. South Eugene sideline. Getting some energy to Wissahickon. Trying to stave off the comeback attempt. A pull with a ton of airtime. Going to allow South Eugene to get their defense set up quicker than they have yet today. Grossberg making cuts to get the frisbee and delivering to McClintock. McClintock unmarked. Swings it to Grossberg. Back to McClintock, who finally has a mark on him. Now Wissahickon moving up the field. Horvat to Smith. Smith's feet gets a little tangled up with Casper. We're back He swings it to Sam Grossberg, who takes a shot. William Pfaff. Will there be enough room? He makes the grab, but just out of bounds, says the observer. So South Eugene getting an opportunity here to string together a couple of breaks. Tall task in front of them, having to go all the way down the field. But they can do it, as they've proven before. On the sideline, dragging the feet. A great play by Andrew Thronis. Delivers a shot. Kaepernick makes the grab. Back-to-back breaks for South Eugene. All of a sudden, it's 13-10.
And that toe drag by Thronis, it's not a huge layout. It's not a huge sky. But it is a massive play to keep possession for their team and show the display of athletic ability, balance, coordination that they have.
The body control on that toe drag, so impressive. See it.
Just in bounds. And then finding their favorite target downfield, CJ Kaepernick. And this game's not over.
Kaepernick, box score is not going to say just the impact that he's had. He's only got 1 goal and 1 assist, but 2 goals, 1 assist. But he has gotten South Eugene down the field very efficiently, able to win those 50-50 battles. And South Eugene with a new life. Their championship run on life support just a few points to go. But now they find themselves only down 3.
2 mistakes by Grossberg in these last 2 points. Just overthrowing his intended recipients.
Believe it or not, Sam Grossberg is in fact human. And is just a high schooler. Still very young. William Pfaff. Eugene, no stranger to comebacks. Came down earlier in their first game of pool play. Down 6-2. Came back and won 12-10. And then continued on their run of dominance yesterday. Now hoping for another comeback against Wissahickon. Grossberg. A chance to score, and it finds Ethan Smith. Wissahickon gets a much-needed hold to stop this run by South Eugene.
Taking a different approach that time with this Wissahickon offense. Instead of going for the blades over the top, instead of going for the deep looks, playing a little bit more of a conservative style of offense, working these uplines, creating opportunities to work that foreside.
Just another great throw by Sam Grossberg. Hard to know if he was aiming for Smith or Horvat, but it worked nonetheless. His 7th assist of the day for Grossberg.
Grossberg trying to do that same spike that his teammate did. Looked pretty cool.
Timeout on the field. South Eugene now cannot allow another score from Wissahickon. Wissahickon just 1 away from advancing to the semis. Just look at that line from Sam Grossberg. 2 goals, 7 assists, and a block. Doing it all. And still, it seems like it understates his impact. He's been able to be that safety valve for anyone with a disc on Wissahickon. If that stall count's getting high, Sam Grossberg making those cuts, breaking ankles, getting open, and being there when needed.
South Eugene calling the timeout, getting their alien mascot in the huddle.
I think it's the only team I've seen so far with the mascot, and I love it. I think I like it more than the flags.
Was probably waving around yesterday like crazy.
South Eugene needing a miracle now. They are capable of it. Saw them go on a run. But right before that Wissahickon hold. It all starts with the hold here for South Eugene. Quick movement up the field. Thonis delivering to Anderson. Tightly contested by Sam Grossberg. Just working up the sideline is South Eugene. Now finding themselves in the red zone. Threatening. The hold completed. Anderson gets the goal, assisted by Eli Casper.
Excellent job by the South Eugene offense, taking what the defense is giving them. There are some times when when Wissahickon was playing physical downfield defense, but the underspace was open. Working that far side, using all of the space.
South Eugene, they like to go deep, but that time, finding the underneath as the answer.
And that just looks like a continuation drill going down the line that you would do in practice.
Exactly right. That's exactly what South Eugene needed. Quick hold. Now they have a chance where they can get a break. And if they can string a couple of these together, Wissahickon start to get tense, maybe start making some more mistakes.
And they have strung together a few breaks in the second half. They know they're capable of doing it.
Wissahickon only needing a hold to advance. Dealt with a lot of injuries yesterday and a disappointing pool play performance. They got some rest. Came out. The big win earlier in pre-quarters, and now just one hold away from advancing. Smith to Fath, wide open, no mark. Back up to Smith. Quickly working their way up near midfield. Smith looking for the round and throw it. An interception. South Eugene now with the break opportunity. Eli Casper with that big block. Donis for South Eugene. Trying to find open receiver downfield. Not going to be able to. They give it back to Wissahickon. Sam Grossberg will start on the sideline for a berth in the semis. The throw. He's open. Ethan Smith or William Fath makes the play. Wissahickon gets the hold after the turnover and will advance to the semifinals.
Grossberg and company absolutely fired up. Playing one of the cleanest games of this tournament so far. Showing what they are capable of doing. Showing that they are a top 4 team in this country, making it to the semifinal round.
A stunner for South Eugene. Being so strong in pool play. Coming into the quarters, having beat the top team in their pool. But then not able to string together enough runs to get past this strong Wissahickon team. Sam Grossberg, the MVP of the day so far.
And Sam Grossberg, some may say, he is him. Unleashing Hucks. Full field. One end zone to the other. Blading over the top of defenses. Carving space into the field. Going downfield when he needs to. Elevating. playing in that soft, small space, agility, over-the-top throws. He's going to be a player to watch out for in these semifinals and in the future.
And going to Penn State next year. Sam Grossberg, just a performance. We'll see him again in semis later. And it's not just Grossberg, a lot of good plays downfield by Downey, by William Fath. And the final score for this game, knocking out South Eugene 15-11. Wissahickon advances